1,000, 1,300, 1,500, 865, another 1,300. I can keep going, but I'm not here to brag. This is just proof that the methods that you're about to learn in this video actually work. This is about 4 months worth of work. And understand that the majority of my payments are invoiced electronically. Okay, that means that I don't have all the checks. All right, all that stuff goes straight into QuickBooks. And if you implement the strategies discussed in this video, you will have very, very similar results in your own business. What's up, y'all? I'm gonna link back in with some more knowledge for the future 1%ers, anybody else trying to achieve that financial freedom. Okay, you see the title of this video, the 3 steps to closing sales. Okay, this can be in your service business, this can be in your online business, whatever the case may be. If you're selling something, you implement these 3 steps, you will see a massive increase in your closing percentage, which ultimately means a massive increase in profit in your business. Now, before we hop into the 3 steps, okay, you guys got to give me 60 seconds to explain something to you. And if you do not have 60 seconds to let me set this video up, okay, go ahead and click off the video now. Go back to your Facebook, your Instagram, all right, your video game, whatever it is that you're doing, go ahead and do it because you lost already. What you got to understand is that there are 2 types of customers, all right? You got the high ticket customers and the low ticket customers. At this point in my business, I'm only targeting those high ticket customers. I don't like sending quotes that are under 4 figures, and I don't. The majority of my quotes, about 90% of them this year, have been 4 figures and higher. If you're aspiring to work for these kinds of clients, and you need to take this video very seriously and implement these steps into your process immediately. That way you can start closing these deals. You got to understand that the majority of your competition is coming through there with a piece of paper, or sending their quotes late or not following up at all, not sending them quotes at all. When you implement these systems, you'll start to understand that you are at the top of your industry as far as customer service and customer relations, which ultimately makes you the easiest person to work with and more likely to get the job. Which leads me to the first point, which is your image. Now, I know they say don't judge a book by its cover. Okay, and I will say that that's true for some things in life, but that's not true when it comes to business. Understand that your clients know that there are people out here that suck. Okay, they don't know what they're doing. They're rude, disrespectful. It's just human nature. Humans are kind of crappy sometimes. So these people are trying to read you right off of the bat, see if there's anything that's inconsistent, something that's off. Because some people are just looking for one reason not to give you the job, especially the high ticket customers, because they understand they're only a phone call away from finding somebody excellent. So the first key to successful closing is to make sure that your image is proper. What does proper mean? That means that you have to be professional and clean. You don't want to pull up like Ricky Tommy and his cousin in the beat up whip, hopping out with a white beater on, cigarette in your mouth. I've seen this, guys. I've literally seen this on job sites that I've been working on. Another company that are doing some other work, they come up in some garbage, everyone hops out the truck smoking cigarettes, and it's crazy. It's a mess, man. I mean, who does that? That makes no sense. And this is what your competition is doing. If you present a clean, professional image, you will be miles above them when it comes time for selection. There's only one reason that the customer would not pick you, and we're going to be going over that later in the video. On top of being professional and clean, you have to make sure that your social image is proper as well. That means that you have to have good social proof, all right, that proves that you are who you say you are. We live in the digital era, okay? Everything is online. They will Google your business right before they book with you, all right? They will check out all your websites. They'll check out your social media pages. Keep that stuff updated. Keep a clean, professional image on all of these pages and you'll be okay. One of my favorite methods is the live video. We'll be out there working in the field. I'll just take out the phone and go live right on the spot. All right, I'll put my face in it. I have my voice in it. I say, hey, this is Malik from Ashford Home Pros. This is what we're doing today. All right, we're doing it like this. This is our process. You see everything going on. You see our guys in a uniform. You see us putting down some good ass work. Everything is good. You retarget them with these videos, okay? You keep showing them social proof that you are in fact this guy, that you are in fact doing this work to the highest quality. And it's a no-brainer. When it comes time for them to do this work, they'll go ahead and give you a call. Make sure that it's actually you that they are seeing. I think everybody knows now that people take images and pictures or whatever and put them on their own website, and that's neither here or there. You got to do what you got to do, especially when you're starting. But once you get to that point where you are legitimate in your own business, okay, you have to put yourself in the videos. No one can steal your work if you're the one sitting there doing it, okay? I don't know how many 6'2" black dudes is out here looking like me doing this kind of work. Nobody can steal my image, and that gives me an advantage when it comes to the marketing and the sales. Not only that, when you constantly are bombarding people with these videos, they kind of start to become fans of you and your personality. It's really no longer about the work, and it's more about the professional doing the work. Oh, this guy seems like a pretty good guy. He's always working hard. He knows what he's doing. He sounds proper. Everything is congruent. Everything is good. Let me go ahead and give him a... Most battles are won before they're even fought. And this is one of those situations. The last thing on this, and this goes for pretty much everything in life, have confidence. When you arrive to go talk with him and you go through the walkthrough, have confidence. Be that guy in the video. Be the guy who you know you are, or the girl. Be the person that can do what it needs to be done. Don't come up there all scared now and, you know, nervous, timid, questioning yourself. Don't do that, okay? Have full faith in your abilities and you will succeed. Step 2, understand your prospect. Should have been a doctor. You got to identify what they want and what will work for them and their project, all right? Your responsibility as a service provider is to bring their vision into reality. The key to closing is to identify the customer's problem and to provide a solution to that problem. Not the solution that you want to provide, or not the problem that you want to fix, okay? You're working for them. You are supposed to be the servant here. Now you know what they want. Identify what kind of customer that they are. There are 3 kinds of customers. The first is the price shopper. These people don't care as much about quality. They don't care as much about time frame. What they're worried about is getting the best deal possible. Honestly, these are not my customer. I'm not looking to work for price shoppers because they're usually headaches. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the customer asks for a discount, it's gonna be a pain, like 99% of the time, guys. I don't know what it is about that. I mean, I think maybe they have a scarcity mindset, so this little penny is it's so valuable to them, and they have to make sure the work is done like it was a $10,000 job. The second is the quality shopper. This person will wait a whole year to get something done, okay? Because they're trying to find the right person, the perfect person to get this work done. They don't mind paying 5x, whatever the market value is, as long as it's done properly and to the best that it can be done. These are my kind of customers, okay? The high ticket customers, the people who own their own businesses, the people who are in these huge houses, whatever the case may be. They're not looking for, you know, Ricky Tommy or that new guy even to come in and mess up their stuff, quite frankly. This customer is really paying attention to all of this stuff. All right, if you want that high ticket customer, that valuable customer, all customers are valuable. If you want that one that's gonna be really, really valuable, you have to make sure everything here is good. We're cracking open some concrete, replacing a driveway tomorrow. It's a $7,700 project. The customer told me that I was the highest. He had people bidding as low as $5,500 to get the job done. Whether that was true, I don't know. But I told him I can't beat that price, man. That's just not that's not gonna work for me because my process requires this and we have all this other stuff to worry about. You know, we wanna make sure everything is done properly. We're not gonna cut any kind of corners. And after about 2 weeks of him saying, hey, can you come down, can you come down, can you come down? And I'm saying, hell no. He eventually was like, okay, cool. All right, you got the job. You know, I'm going out of town. When I get back, please have it finished. No problem. This person is the pastor of a large church out in this area. What that means is that once we successfully complete this project, the door will open up to many, many other opportunities. But I would not have gotten that job at that price, especially if I didn't have my image correct, okay? If I wasn't in the company tracksuit or whatever the case. If I wasn't in the company vest, or I didn't have a clean cut at the time, or whatever the case may have been. If my breath stinked, all of that could have stopped me from closing this deal. But it didn't. We're cracking that baby open tomorrow. The third type of customer is the speed shopper. And the majority of people are indeed speed shoppers in this day and age, thank you to Amazon. Now, the speed shopper doesn't worry too much about the price or too much about the quality. All that stuff is important. The most important thing for the speed shopper is how fast can you get this done? Okay, I want this done tomorrow. Can you come in and get it done tomorrow? I'll give you whatever money that you want. I had a call about a door, to stain a door. You know, I told the guy, yeah, it'd be, $275. And I didn't get back to him for a couple days after that. He sent me a couple messages. He ended up calling and saying, hey, look, man, when you come out to do the estimate, can you just do the door at the same time? I quoted it over Facebook. What that tells me is that He didn't really care about the price. He just wanted to get this done ASAP. He also saw all of the other work that we've done, and he was confident in our ability. That means that I have this job and I haven't even quoted it yet. You got to identify which customer you're dealing with. Okay, once you know that, you'll be able to better tailor the experience to make sure that you close them. Third and final key is going to be delivery. Now, I'm not talking about delivery of the product or the service. This is strictly before all of that happens, all right? This is the delivery of the quote in that whole process. You have to make sure that your quote is clean, man. Like, I don't know how many times I've seen guys send out quotes that are unfinished. Like, you don't have anything written in there other than the price. You're a joke, man. Put some pictures in there, put a description in there, put a contract in there. Tell them how long it's going to take. Everything should be neatly itemized. Everything should be clear to read and easy to understand, all right? You're the one doing the work, not the customer. You have to keep this in mind, even when it comes to the quote. The customer should not have to call you to clarify something in your quote or ask you a question because it wasn't in the quote. That's completely unprofessional. It should be easy to read and easy to understand. Is your quote digital? Are you using a system for your quote, or are you riding around with paper? Okay, if you're going around and you carrying one of these to all of your quotes, and you know what I'm saying, you do your writing and you just hand them that piece of paper and say, oh yeah, here's your quote right here. All right, look, that's cool, bro. That's real cool. You might get the price shopper. You may get the speed shopper if you ain't got no other work going on, which you probably don't if you're doing that. You really got to understand this is the 21st century, all right? We're in 2021 now. All right, everything is online, everything is digital. It can all be done with the supercomputers. Okay, these supercomputers right here, I got cracks in my supercomputer, and I'm still running my business off of this thing. There are so many different apps that are free that allow you to create professional quotes that can be delivered to your customer via email, phone, however. It does not matter. Joist is one of them. Joist. Download that if you are not familiar with any of these systems. That's the one I use for my business, and it's a fantastic tool that's helped me close many new jobs. Make sure that your quote is delivered on time. I always give myself 24 to 48 hours before delivery. I tell the customers, hey, look, we'll get this quote to you within about 24 to 48 hours via text or email. I give you a ballpark figure right now if you'd like. I usually do know what I'm going to charge them as I'm looking at it, but I like to take a moment and collect my thoughts, send them this professional quote that tells a lot more than me telling them, hey, look, yeah, it's gonna be $1,300 bucks. If you're going to do that, make sure that you deliver that quote when you say you're gonna do it. Usually they get it the next day. Rarely do they get it 2 days later, but whatever the case is, it is what it is. It's still within that time frame, which is still acceptable, all right? As a contractor, you have to understand trust is your biggest thing. Once you lose trust, you lose business, all right? If they can't trust you to do what you said when you first got there as far as the quote, how can they trust you to do the job? It's that simple. The final point here is to follow up. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. When it comes to following up, I rarely do any kind of follow-up, okay? Every time I followed up with a customer, they say, thank you, you know, we're still looking at it, we'll get back to you, whatever the case may be. I think I've closed like one job from a follow-up, but it is true. Maybe I'm not following up properly, but it is true that in sales, you do want to follow up as it increases the closing percent for the majority of people. Maybe they are not ready. All right, come back on a later date. All I know is when I deliver my quote, okay, and I say feel free to ask any questions at the end of the text or end of the email or at the end of the quote, all right, the customers usually respond back to me and say, hey, this looks great. When can we get started? Okay, they'll ask a question, and then when can we get started? Every now and then, a few of them will come up with a discount, in which case, you know, I don't know about y'all now. Now y'all project is pushed back a couple more, you know, weeks because I really don't want to mess with you. Now, I don't follow up, but it's not a bad idea to follow up, okay? Especially if you're new and you don't have as much business going on. If you're not booked out, make sure you follow up with the people who you have got in touch with. I have to be in a place where I have enough business and enough leads that I don't really have to, you know, beg people for work anymore. It was like that at one point, but this is not that case anymore. But if you are at that point, don't be a fool. Make sure you follow up and use every single lead that you have, because every single lead is valuable. Whether you close them or not, that's you know, that's important as well. But the main thing is that you get that experience from that interaction. All right. Once you do enough of these quotes, you'll expect certain things. You'll start to learn certain things and certain traps that people put you in to try to, you know, lower the price or try to, you know, make you say something or commit to something that you aren't really prepared to commit. Now, all this stuff may seem pretty simple, but you would be surprised at how many people are not implementing these 3 things here and their own systems when it comes to the sales process. And if these are not implemented to the best of your ability, you'll notice that that closing percentage is much less than it should be. Make sure that your image is proper in the physical 3D world as well as online. Make sure that you understand your prospects, okay? Make sure that you are delivering your quote, delivering your estimate, doing what you said you were gonna do in a timely manner. It's actually really, really simple, guys, but the simple things, all right, the small things have to be done. If you can't do the small things, how are you gonna do the big things? If you made it this far in the video, go ahead and drop the comment gold, okay, right down there so I know who my real ones are. I know who the people who are actually learning, paying attention. I'm about to implement this stuff into their own process to start making these fucking bands. Hey, I appreciate y'all for watching, man. Go ahead and drop a comment. If you got any questions, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join this community of future 1%ers and other people trying to achieve that financial freedom, because we're going to the top, baby. They say it's lonely not for us because we've taken our squad with us. Keep hustling. Peace.